Hey, good evening. Welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I frequently get hold over the colds because I don't speak the language. I'm really trying, but sometimes it's not always easy, which is strange for me because, as you may or may not know, I used to be a professional singer when I was in the UK, and I worked in what you would call a top 40 band. That's a band that always copied whatever was in the hit parade within reason. It had to fit in with the functions that we did, and so we had to do various songs. As they came into the hit parade, you get these quirky songs, and for no apparent reason, they'd be in another language and had come in. Well, one of the reasons back in that day was that they used to have a thing called the Eurovision Song Contest. And sometimes a French song or a German song, or maybe not a German song, but a foreign song would get into, foreign to us, British. It's hard to be humble when you're British. It would get into the choosing, and sometimes would win it. So I used, for some reason, I do have the ability to, not always to understand it, but I do have the ability to hear it and to duplicate it. So I was, of the 4 or 5 singers who were in the band, I was the one who used to get the foreign songs. So I would get them, and what I'd do is I'd find somebody who spoke that language, and I'd get them to help me to write it down as I heard it. So they would speak the language in properly, and I would take it down phonetically. So it would look really strange, okay, but I would understand it, and I'd learn it that way. So I would form mental image pictures which were nothing to do with what the language actually should look like, but it made sense to me. Now, when I was one of the, like for instance, I wrote a few down that I used to do, but I used to do a French song, and when I did this French song, people used to come up to me afterwards and start talking to me in French, and I'd have to say, sorry, I can't do it. But I used to sing, On a tous donc une petite fille oubliée, ne sait plus ses cheval la sauté du lycée. Now, I'm bluffing on a few of the words there, but it is 40 years ago, okay, so cut me a break. What else? There was one came in from, I don't know how this came in, but one from Israel. Obani bi Beth, Obani bi boy Beth. I think that was it. Abani bi boy Beth, Abani bi boy Beth obataba. Something like that. See, these things stick in your head, don't they? Well, one that was funny was I got a job for a band that I had then, and I played in a club called the Rheingold Club, which people who may be watching this and listening to this will know about the Rheingold Club. It used to be very, very popular. I don't know whether it even exists anymore. Probably does. But anyway, it was classified as a German drinking club, okay? But actually, the reason was that it got really wonderful looking women in there who were au pairs from all parts of the world. And so, but in order to maintain the atmosphere of a German drinking club, one of the conditions of my having the job with my band was that I sing German drinking songs. It's kind of, like that, the student prince, when they go like this. Yeah, I used to have to do those. And I had about 4 songs that I could sing in German, and this was one of them. Trink, trink, Bruderlein, drink, lass doch sie sorgen so Haus. Trink, trink, Bruderlein, trink, lass doch sie sorgen so Haus. Something like that. I'm bluffing on the last few, but it helped that I was able to do that. So I used to do the occasional German drinking song when I was at the drinking club, and I actually did sing in German, in French, in Italian, Israeli, whatever was needed, and it helped. Well, I managed to learn various phrases in different languages, and Chinese was 我说的不好，可是我会说一点普通话. And what that means is, if I can remember, what that does mean is I speak little Chinese, but I don't, that's it, it says, I don't speak well, but I do speak a little Putonghua, which is, Putonghua is Mandarin. Okay, so I was able to learn certain things, and right now I am learning to do, I know a little Tagalog, and I know a little Visayan. And the way that I've learned Visayan is parrot fashion. When I need to know how to say something, I may not know how the words break down, and I can't say he did, he does, he will. I can't do all of that, past, present and future tense and all of that. I can't do it, but I can. I asked Beth, well, what can I say in Visayan? And she says, well, you can say akong asawa guapa, which means my wife is beautiful. Isn't it funny that she should teach me that? And so if anybody says, do you speak any Visayan? I say, oh, just a little bit like that. And of course they want to know, so I say akong asawa guapa, and they laugh. So it's a kind of an icebreaker. So and then I come in English and I say, guess who taught me that? And they laugh at that, strangely enough. Well, what else are there? Well, I know Mahal Kata. Now, there are certain things you need to know in any language. If you are going with a foreign lady, then these are things that you better learn to know. Now, Mahal Kata means I love you. What else? Ikaw. Well, ikaw means you. Ako means me. And you need to be able to say that someone is beautiful. Now, this is really important with little shy children at church, and they don't know what to say, and it helps make them laugh. I say, ikaw ay guapa, means you are beautiful. And that melts anybody if you tell them they're beautiful. What else did I say? Akong asawa guapa. And I wanted to know, when I used to take Taliklik, when we only had a motorcycle, she used to come with us. She used to come with me all the time, because for some strange reason I was never allowed to go out on my own. I don't know whether it was to keep an eye on me or whether it was to make sure that I got back home or not. But anyway, we used to have fun. We'd go on the motorcycle. It's an exciting ride down to the road, and we'd have fun. And when I got home, I wanted to know, well, she didn't speak much English back then. That's nearly 5 years ago, and I wanted to know, well, how do I know if she enjoyed herself? She said, well, Beth said, what do you want to say? I said, well, how would I say, did you have fun? And she said, Nalingao baka. So every time I would get back, we'd get off the bike, I'd say to Taliklik, Nalingao baka. And she would say yes, which was good. What else? Ano ang pangalan mo means, what is your name? That's a good one, even if you can't understand what the hell they're saying when they respond, which I have difficulty with. This is what I found in learning a language. I found that it was easier for me to learn a phrase, parrot fashion, and I'd learn it. It was easier for me to learn what to say than what to hear and understand. So often it was, I might be able to say, where are you from? And then they'd launch into this huge amount of Visayan, and I would have to go, wait. Right, Oh, sorry, I thought that you spoke it. Well, just a little bit. A conga sour guapa. That would get me out of trouble. So, this was just about going over just how difficult it is to speak another language. So, I'm the one that's fielding all of these comments about Beth and about her language. I can't believe some of the comments. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Beth speaks Tagalog. I think she speaks a little Cebuano. She speaks Visayan, and she speaks English. Now, I'm catching up on her, okay? Because I speak English. Not too well sometimes, some people say. So I can't understand. I think that she does incredible. And sorry, my warrior princess is beyond criticism for me. This has been A Foreigner in the Philippines, and I will hope that you enjoy your life. Bye for now.